You look at your son. You see him growing up, wearing your old jerseys, laughing at your jokes. You've spent 10 years working double shifts to pay for his school, his shoes, and his future. But then you're at a backyard barbecue, and you catch a neighbor looking at you with a weird kind of pity. You hear a whisper from your own sister that stops your heart. He doesn't look a thing like his father, does he? You go home and look in the mirror. Then you look at your boy, and the cold, hard reality hits you like a freight train. He doesn't have your nose. He doesn't have your eyes. And suddenly, every girl's night out your wife ever had feels like a crime scene. Today, we are going to talk about the ultimate betrayal, paternity fraud. We are going to expose how a woman can look you in the face for a decade, let you pay for another man's bloodline, and keep a secret that everyone else in town already knows. There is a man out there right now bragging to his friends that you are paying for his mistake, while you sit at home thinking you're a proud father. If you don't know the signs, you aren't just a husband, you're a silent investor in another man's legacy. Men, this channel is becoming a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comments section. Listen to me closely, brothers. We live in a world that tells us that family is who you choose. They try to make it sound beautiful. They say biology doesn't matter, but that's a lie told by people who want to spend your money and your time without giving you the truth. Biology is the only thing that is real. When a woman hides the truth about who a child belongs to, she isn't just lying, she is stealing your life. The craziest part of this whole nightmare is that you are usually the last person to find out. Your mother-in-law knows, her best friend knows, maybe even your own friends have noticed the kid looks exactly like the guy who used to live 3 houses down. They don't tell you because they don't want to start drama. They let you live a lie because it's easier for them. They watch you work yourself to the bone for a child that isn't yours, and they call it keeping the peace. Let's talk about a man named Derek. Derek was a loser in this situation, not because he was a bad guy, but because he was too trusting. Derek married his high school sweetheart. 9 months after a rough patch where she went to stay with her sister, their son was born. Derek was so happy. He worked 60 hours a week in a factory to make sure that boy had everything. He never questioned why the boy had red hair when everyone in both families had black hair. He just thought it was luck. Years later, at a family wedding, Derek's brother-in-law got drunk. He leaned over and said, "You're a better man than me, Derek. I could never raise that guy's kid and act like it's mine." Derek's world stopped. He did a secret DNA test. The results were 0%. His wife had been seeing an old flame during that rough patch. She knew the whole time. Her whole family knew. They let Derek be the wallet for another man's child. Derek lost 10 years of his life and his house in the divorce. He was a loser because he ignored the whispers and the mirror. He chose belief over the truth. You have to understand the psychology here. A woman who does this is in survival mode. She chose the alpha to get the baby, but she chose the beta to pay the bills. It's a cold calculation. She knows that if she tells you the truth, you're gone. So she gaslights you. She says, "He looks just like your great-grandfather," or "Stop being so insecure." She uses your own love for the child as a weapon against you. She knows that the longer you stay, the harder it is for you to leave, even when the truth comes out. Men, this channel is becoming a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comments section. Now, let's look at a negative story. This is about Mike. Mike suspected for a long time. The kid didn't look like him, and his wife's stories about when she got pregnant never added up. But Mike was afraid. He was afraid of the truth. He was afraid of being alone. so he never did the test. He spent 20 years raising a son who eventually found his real father on a DNA website. When the truth came out, the son left Mike to go build a relationship with the real dad. Mike's wife left him too. Mike ended up with nothing. No wife, no son, and no pride. He spent his best years building a house on a foundation of lies. He was a negative example because he chose a comfortable lie over a painful truth. Brothers, the truth doesn't care about your feelings. The truth just is. If you have a doubt, that doubt is there for a reason. Your gut knows things your heart is trying to hide. Now, we have to talk about how you handle this if you suspect it. Because there is a way to handle this like a king, and there is a way to handle it like a victim. The world wants you to be a victim. The courts want you to be a victim. They want you to keep paying, no matter whose blood is in that child. The winner in this story is the man who values his reality more than his comfort. Let's talk about Marcus. Marcus was a smart man. He noticed the kid's blood type didn't match the possibility of his and his wife's. He didn't scream, he didn't cry, he didn't even tell his wife. He went and got a legal DNA test done. When it came back that he wasn't the father, he didn't confront her at dinner. He went straight to a lawyer. Marcus was a winner because he moved in silence. He found out that everyone in her circle had been whispering about it for years. He realized he was surrounded by snakes. He filed for divorce and used the fraud as a way to protect his assets. It was painful. He loved the kid, but he realized that a relationship built on a lie is a prison. He walked away with his dignity. He eventually started a new family with a woman who was honest. He didn't let one woman's evil act ruin his ability to be a real father to his own children later. You have to realize that when everyone knows but you are the punchline of a joke. People see you at the park and they whisper. They see you at school events and they look away. This destroys your masculine standing in the community. You cannot lead a family or a community if you're being duped on the most basic level of existence. The truth of this is simple. Truth is more important than nice. Being a nice guy who raises another man's kid while being lied to isn't being a hero. It's being a servant. A real father is a man who protects his bloodline. If she wanted that other man's child, she should have had that other man's life. She doesn't get to pick the best parts of two different men while lying to both. If you were sitting there right now thinking about the shape of your daughter's ears or the way your son's eyes don't match yours, listen to your gut. A DNA test costs a few dollars. Your life is worth millions. Do not be the man who finds out at 70 years old that he spent his life working for a stranger's legacy. Men, this channel is becoming a brotherhood. I set a goal to unite 3,000 real men before this month ends. If you're rocking with the truth and you want more men to wake up, hit subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification. Make your support and voice count in the comment section. This is the hardest talk we can have. It's emotional, it's heavy, but we have to be the ones to say it. The good wife who made a mistake and hid it for years is not a good person. She is a thief. She stole your choice. She stole your time. She stole your identity. You have to be the man who can stand in the storm. If you do the test and the kid is yours, great. Your bond will be even stronger because the doubt is gone. But if the kid isn't yours, you finally have the truth. And the truth is the only thing you can build a real life on. Stop letting everyone else in town know more about your life than you do. Take the blindfold off. So here's my smart question for you today. If you found out tomorrow that your child wasn't yours, but you had already raised them for 5 years, would you stay for the sake of the child, or would you leave because the woman's lie destroyed the foundation of the man you are? This is a tough one, brothers. There's no easy answer. I want you to drop a comment right now and tell me the truth. What would you do? Have you ever known a guy who was in this spot? What happened to him? Let's get the discussion going in the comments. We need to support each other because the rest of the world won't. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We are hitting that 3,000 man goal this month, and we need your voice in this brotherhood. Stay sharp, stay awake, and never let a lie become your life.